Thank you guys for having me in. I ran into your professor at the transfer fair, and she told me you guys had my predecessor, Jose Delgado, here before for this class. So I think it's a great opportunity to talk to you guys. So since we're a small group, we just go around and introduce ourselves. Maybe what year you are, what you're looking to do in the future, what you're studying. So I'm Jesse Lederman. I'm the Springfield area pre-admissions advisor and recruiter for the UMass Amherst University Without Walls program. We'll talk a little bit about what that program is, but really, we are an option for students who are interested in obtaining a UMass Amherst degree, but either aren't able or aren't interested in doing the full-time day division on-campus program. So if you guys just want to tell me a little bit about yourselves?
Yes, so my name is Crystal Novak. I'm getting my associate's degree in January for medical assisting.
Great.
I'm already certified and I already have a job, and I want to do nursing for the future.
Okay.
And I'm Mabel Jumba, and I'm also finishing the associate degree in medical assistant.
Okay.
I also passed my certification. I haven't gotten a job yet,
Yeah.
but I'm looking for one.
Awesome.
Yeah.
My name is Myra Lachinova. I'm in medical assistant program, and I'm planning to be a nurse.
Excellent. Excellent. All right, very cool. So, well, congratulations on already taking the first step, and I know we're also recording this. We're putting it online for other students, so that's great. And UWW is something you can keep in mind as you continue to continue down. So, if you want to hit the next slide, we will start with a little bit of history about the UWW program. So, University Without Walls is an official academic major at UMass Amherst. We are actually the fourth largest major on campus, about 1,400 students all across the country and around the world at any given time. We started in 1971, and obviously in 1971, we were not an online program. So all of the classes for UWW back then were taught at night and on the weekends, either on campus at UMass Amherst or actually here at STCC. So our relationship with STCC goes back many, many years. But our mission was the same, was always to provide an avenue for adult, non-traditional students who might already be working, raising families, have different commitments in the community to be able to earn a UMass Amherst degree. And we put the program online around 2004 because that was really the medium in which adult students were starting to demand their curriculum and worked into their schedules better because they could really log on and engage when it worked for them. And so that also allowed us to expand the program to reach a much broader audience, not just here in Western Massachusetts, but across the country and around the world. Go ahead, hit the next slide. So the eligibility requirements for the University Without Walls program, you just have to have at least 12 college credits from an accredited university or college, a 2.0 GPA, and you can't already have a bachelor's degree. So we really are an access program. We want to be able to admit as many people as possible, and so our criteria to get in, we really try to keep that accessible for students across a wide range of different academic levels. So some of the key features of UWW, what UWW is really about. So first of all, the UWW program can be completed 100% online. So you never have to come to campus. You do have the opportunity to come to campus in some different scenarios. So first, all students are welcomed on campus for a new student orientation at the beginning of the semester. Many of our students do choose to do that both local and from afar. But we also offer that as a webinar, so you don't even have to come for that. And of course, when you graduate, you're also welcomed on campus to graduate as a part of the UMass Amherst commencement. So you graduate with all of the other undergraduate and graduate students at UMass Amherst. Now, in terms of classes, there are opportunities to take some courses in a blended format, which means it would be some online and some in person. And those are offered both at our Hadley office near our Amherst campus and right downtown where my office is at the UMass Center at Tower Square. So that gives you the opportunity with some of those courses, which are taught by our professors and faculty, to engage with other UWW students in the area, have some face time with faculty, and get a little bit of that in-person experience. Beyond that, if you do want to take in-person classes on campus at UMass Amherst, you are able to do that. It is significantly more expensive to take the on-campus classes, so many of our students, even the local ones, still, and most of them, complete the program 100% online. But the option does exist, and we could talk about it. So another thing, no, there's more on this one. Yeah, go back up. So The next thing that UWW is really known for is the fact that we're able to grant up to 30 credits for your work and life experience. And so because we're working with adult non-traditional students in our program, we recognize that a lot of folks that come into our program have learned a lot outside of the classroom, and we want to give them an opportunity to bring that into their academic record. And so we grant this credit through a process called the portfolio, which is a series of essays and reflections that you craft in one of our classes. You're guided by a faculty member in that process, and it demonstrates your prior learning and your work and life experience, and that is assessed for academic credit. So you can earn up to 30 credits this way. Most students earn 15 to 23 credits through this process, but depending, again, on what your experience is and what you are looking to do in the future, you can earn up to 30. Another thing that we're well known for is that you can design your own degree concentration. So we have 13 concentrations that are sort of pre-designed that many of our students take advantage of, and I think the ones that might be of interest to all of you would be our health studies concentration or maybe our human service concentration if you're looking to do some direct care, or direct interaction. However, what a lot of students do, even who enroll in those preset ones, is they really individualize them to fit what it is that they're looking to do in the future and also complement their past work and life experience. So the way they're able to do that is because through UWW, you can take classes across the campus at UMass. So as long as it's offered online, we're able to access it for you, then you can take that class. And so you're able to build in classes that you might not otherwise be able to take on a sort of set course. So a lot of programs will say, this is the concentration, here are the 15 classes you have to take, go take them. With us, you really build the concentration to fit you. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as well. One other thing I'll mention is the fact that we believe it's really important to support our students and provide a lot of wraparound support for our students as they travel through the program, especially because working with adult students, they have a lot of other commitments that they might be juggling at the same time. And so we assign every single one of our students their very own academic advisor, and that person will stay with you throughout your time in the program. They'll be your main point of contact, always somebody for you to turn to and talk with regarding your particular needs in the program to keep you on track. When you do complete the program, you graduate with a UMass Amherst degree. You graduate at the UMass Amherst commencement. The way that the degree is granted, because UWW is an official academic major, it will read University of Massachusetts, and then it'll be major in UWW. And to recognize your individual concentration, you receive a separate document that has that individual concentration on it, since each one is individual to the student. So a little bit about how UWW works in the beginning. There are 4 core courses that all students, regardless of what concentration they're taking or how many credits they have, are required to take with us. So we call those the core courses. In the first semester, you'll take 2 of them. So the first course you take is a degree planning course, and this is where you're going to build your concentration. So you'll come in, you'll have a faculty member that'll teach the class, and your academic advisor will be heavily involved in this process. Basically, through the course of the semester, you're going to figure out what it is that you're really looking to achieve in the program, and we're going to work to build that concentration with you. So it's going to take into account what kind of credits you're bringing in, what your future goals are, and then what it is that you want to design for you. The second class that you'll take is a experiential reflections class. That is essentially sort of like a college-level seminar class that is taught in your area of concentration. It covers current events around the area of concentration. It's kind of meant to be a deep dive into that area of concentration, as well as get you familiar with the online technology that we use to teach the classes. The second semester, you'll take the Writing About Experience class, which is where you'll write the portfolio that we discussed earlier in order to earn your work and life experience credit, and a second experiential reflections class. Now, these 4 core courses themselves are worth 15 credits at UMass Amherst, resident credit, and these are the ones that are also offered in the blended format at no extra charge. So if you want, you can take these 100% online, or you can do some in-person FaceTime down at the UMass Center or up in Hadley near the Amherst campus. So a little bit about the cost of the program. The cost of the program varies depending on how much coursework you need to complete and how long you stay into the program. So everything is billed per credit, and most classes are 3 or 4 credits. So the credit cost will vary depending on which UMass Amherst department is teaching the class, because we are taking classes across departments, and each department sets their own rate. It'll be anywhere from $390 per credit up until $525 per credit. So that is the range. Our UWW core courses that we talk about are $390 per credit, the bottom of what the university will allow us to charge. And then across the departments, they set their own rates. So average first-year cost of attendance is usually around $7,800. That's assuming that you're taking 2 classes a semester, which would be our 4 core courses total for the year. And then that you will also be assessed the portfolio fee. So there's a flat fee for that work and life experience credit. No matter how many credits you earn, whether you earn 15 or 30, that's $1,190. Also, other fees that are associated with the program are listed here. As future graduates of a Massachusetts community college, you will not have to pay an application fee. So if you do choose to apply to the program, that would be waived for you. However, the enrollment fee when you come in would be $75. The entering fee would be $135. And then the only reoccurring fees are the program fee at $150 a semester and the registration fee to process the online enrollments. That's $47 each enrollment term. Now, there's one more aspect to reach on is professional training credits. So in addition to the work and life experience credit, if you hold professional trainings in your area of concentration, those can also be assessed for academic credit. And so that would be done for a flat fee of $75. In terms of financial support, so students in the UWW program are eligible for financial aid the same way that you would be at any other academic institution, including STIC. So you would still fill out the FAFSA, you would submit that, selecting UMass Amherst as your educational institution. About 2 weeks after you're accepted to the program, you would receive a financial aid package from the university that'll let you know what types of loans you might be being offered, what types of grants you might be being offered. Now, many of our students are packaged last in terms of financial aid because they're packaged as transfer students. Not to worry, I was a transfer student to UMass Amherst, so I feel your pain. However, we do offer some UWW scholarships directly to our students that you can apply to through us. Those are all need-based, and we actually just launched a new scholarship at UWW specifically for residents of Hampden County and Greater Springfield. It's the Ruth B. Loving Scholarship, so we're looking to raise some money for that as well and try to support students from Springfield. So those are need-based. They don't cover everything, but they help a little bit. And most of our students receive at least the number of loans necessary to cover the cost of the program. There is some additional money available for certain concentrations. So I know most of you are kind of looking in the health field. However, if you do know anybody or if in the future you're interested in doing things like early childhood education or working as an early care professional or a paraprofessional, there's a lot of state money available to help support that. As well as once you move into the workforce, we often encourage folks to check with their employers to see if they offer any employer tuition assistance. What we've found is many employers do, but they don't always make it very, very obvious that it's there, so it's important to ask and work with the HR department wherever you're working in the future. And in addition to that, Massachusetts state employees, if you end up working for the state, you will receive a reduced rate as well. So to graduate from UMass Amherst University Without Walls, these are basically the requirements. You have to earn 120 credits total. Now that will include the credits that you transfer in. You can transfer in up to 75 credits. You have to take at least 45 credits at UMass Amherst. You have to complete the 4 required UWW core courses. We also have a series of general education requirements that need to be completed by all students at UMass Amherst. Now, if you're graduating from STCC or a community college and you've done the mass transfer block, which some of you might have done, that means all your gen eds will be satisfied. Even if you haven't done mass transfer block, as a result of some of the requirements, as long as you're earning an associate's from STIC, many of these will be completed as a part of your undergraduate degree. There might be a few that you need to do with us, but you'll come in on a good standing, a good footing. Now, for your degree concentration, you need to earn 45 credits in that concentration. That can include credits that you transfer in. They need to be related to the concentration, and 15 of them need to be upper level classes. So those would be classes you'd take with us that are level 300 or higher. And finally, throughout your time in the program, you need to maintain a 2.0 GPA. So in the future, if you are interested in applying, It is an online application. It's a fairly simple process. You would fill out our application, fill out the fee waiver. The application is pretty simple. It's essentially your personal information. We ask you to submit a resume, a personal essay, which is 200 words. Why do you want to attend UWW? And what would you like to study with us? If English is not your first language, the university does require you to submit a TOEFL score for non-native English speakers. So if that's something that needs to be done, we can work with you around that. Application deadlines are usually stay the same. They're usually October 1st if you're looking to start in the spring semester of the next year, or April 15th to start in the next fall semester. Once you are admitted, we do have summer and winter sessions, but you simply can't start in the summer or winter, but we do offer those once you're admitted. So that concludes the formal presentation, but I'm happy to answer any questions that folks might have about UWW.
Mabel, I know Mabel, you were interested. Don't be shy.
Yes, all questions are good questions.
And Damari, were you
So
interested?
if you are able to transfer your credits and they can't be like 75 of them, what else can you offer?
So you mean if you're coming in
Yes.
and you have more than 75 credits?
No, because we have some credits which we cannot transfer.
Okay.
Yeah.
What credits can't transfer?
Credits for the medical assistant.
So I checked in about that. So with medical assisting, it depends on what you're studying. So technically, according to the university, medical assisting credits won't transfer initially. However, if you come in with us and you're doing a concentration that relates to those classes that you took in medical assisting, through UWW only, I believe, your academic advisor can bring those credits in. And so that's one of the more unique features of our program. As long as it's related, usually they can bring them in, and I know that they have brought them in the past. So hope if you were coming in, you'd want to focus on a concentration that was related to that, and that way that you'd be able to take advantage of those past credits. Yeah. And that's a key question. So I'm glad you asked.
Damari, were you interested in this?
My struggle is I don't know where I really want to go. I'm finishing my degree in liberal arts this semester,
Okay.
along with my completion next spring with the medical assistant
Mhm.
certificate. I want to be in the medical field. I just don't know where I want to go with it.
Yeah.
That's my.
So you'll have a
struggle.
liberal arts associate and a medical assisting certificate?
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, I think with our program, our degree planning class is pretty good in terms of figuring out kind of what it is that you want to do. For yourself, it might be good to get out in the field a little bit, do some work, see where you like working and what you need to move up in that. In terms of what we can offer, so most of our degrees that we grant through UWW are bachelors of arts. And so for folks that are interested in going into direct healthcare, like technical healthcare, nursing, things like that, that would be, you can't do nursing school through us, because we're not able to offer the labs and things like that. However, if you're interested in going on to graduate school for different programs, as long as we can meet prerequisites for those, we could be an option. Like we have folks who come in and are interested in going to PA school in the future, and so they'll come in and get their bachelor's with us. And in terms of the prerequisites, we'll work with them to either get those done on campus or in a different setting, and then we can kind of set you up for that. And again, through us, you're able to take advantage of the work and life experience credits. So, there can be different paths, varying paths, depending on, what you're looking to do and what your timeline looks like. But I would say, definitely keep us in mind. And then when you figure out what you want to do, you can always come and talk with me. So my office is right downtown Springfield. One of the roles that I serve is to sit with students before they come into the program, just talk about whether it's right for them. We don't operate on a quota system or anything like that, so I'm not here to sell the program to you. I'm here to talk with you about whether it might be the right program for you. And often, sometimes students come in and we're able to say, we don't think this is going to work, but we can refer you over to our colleague here. So we're really here as a resource for the community. That's really what UWW was founded to be, as a resource for the community. So we're never going to try to bring you in if it's not right, but we're here to provide as much information to you as possible.